There were two sisters. One served God. The other tried to forget him. When Sister Agnes died suddenly in her convent, her estranged younger sister, Mira, was forced to face something worse than grief. Guilt. But what followed wasn't sorrow, it was a haunting. And it didn't begin at the funeral. It began when Mira said, "I never believed in all that religious nonsense." That night, the dead nun knocked on her door. Mira didn't cry at the funeral. She sat quietly in the back pew of the cold cathedral, arms crossed, face blank. People whispered prayers around her. Some glanced at her like she was the devil among saints. After all, she hadn't spoken to Sister Agnes in years. Agnes had taken her vows young, gave up her name, her freedom, even her family. Mira never understood it. Their parents died when they were teens, and instead of clinging to each other, Agnes ran off to a life of vows and veils. Mira went the opposite way. Loud parties, tattoos, vodka. In her coffee mug at work, she told people she didn't believe in anything, especially not ghosts, especially not God. But sitting in the silent echo of the cathedral, she could feel something. "Watch you." As the service ended, the father approached her. "She always prayed for you," he said, smiling with a sadness Mira didn't want to acknowledge. She used to say, "My sister may not believe, but I'll believe for both of us." Mira said nothing, just nodded and left, tossing the funeral program in the trash on her way out. That night, the knocking began. It started at 3:17 a.m. 3 soft knocks on the door. Not the front door, her bedroom door. The one that was already closed. She sat up instantly, heart pounding. "Who's there?" she called. No answer. She got up, flipped on the light, opened the door. Empty hallway. She laughed at herself. "Get it together, Mira. Too much wine and too little sleep." She locked the door this time, got back in bed. Knock, knock, knock. Again, same rhythm, like someone gently asking to be let in. Mira froze. The hairs on her arms rose. She grabbed her phone. 3:17 a.m. again. Exactly. No one was outside, no one in the apartment. But every night, it happened. Same time, same number of knocks. Always. Her bedroom door. Until one night, the door opened on its own. That night, the knocking didn't wake her. It was a creaking. She heard her bedroom door slowly creak open. That long, groaning sound like wood, protesting being touched. She bolted upright. A figure stood in the doorway, draped in black, face hidden, like a silhouette made of shadow, like a nun. Mira couldn't breathe. "Agnes," she whispered. The figure didn't move, just stood there then. It tilted its head. Mira screamed and threw her lamp. When the light came on, nothing. The door was open, but the hallway was empty. She slammed the door, locked it, and sat against it all night. In the morning, she found 3 small scratches near the lock, like fingernails. She went back to the church, found the same father. "I'm not here to talk about God," she said. "I'm here to ask about my sister." The priest studied her. "You look like you haven't slept." "She's visiting me," Mira said, voice trembling. "At night, I think she's angry," he frowned. Sister Agnes wasn't angry. She was heartbroken you two weren't speaking. She was always the believer. "I wasn't. That doesn't matter now, doesn't it?" He paused. "Did you ever say anything cruel before she passed?" Mira remembered. "I hope your God dies with you." She had said it during their last fight. "I didn't mean it," she whispered. "Words carry weight, even in grief," he said. "She may not be haunting you out of hate. She may be trying to save you." Mira shook her head. "Then why is she terrifying me?" The priest looked grim. "Because saving a soul that doesn't believe requires fear." That night, Mira didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't sleep. She waited. And at 3:17 a.m., she heard it again. Not a knock, a voice. Mira, soft, whispered from inside the room. She turned. Nothing there. She looked toward her closet. The door slowly cracked open. Inside was a habit, her sister's nun outfit. Mira never brought it home. It wasn't hers. She stepped forward, hands shaking. Inside the closet hung a noose. Suddenly, the room went ice cold. Her phone flickered. Lights died, and behind her, a breath on her neck. If your dead sibling returned at 3:17 a.m. every night, would you open the door and listen? Or would you burn the house down and run? Tell us in the comments. Mira couldn't take it anymore. She returned to the church the next morning. Not for answers, but for confession. I said things I didn't mean, she cried. I hated her for leaving me, but I hated myself more for never saying sorry. The priest listened in silence. She's not at peace, Mira said. And neither am I, he nodded. Then make peace. How? Speak to her. That night, Mira lit a single candle, sat on her bed, and said the words she never had before. I'm sorry, Agnes. I didn't mean it. I miss you. I wish we'd had one more chance. Silence. Then, the knocking stopped. For 3 nights, there was nothing. Mira slept. No voices. No cold. No ghost. She thought it was over. Until she found a letter tucked under her pillow. Handwritten. In her sister's handwriting. Thank you, Mira. I forgive you. But forgiveness is not always enough. You must believe. Because soon, I won't be the one knocking. That night, at 3:17 a.m., her door creaked open again. Only this time, it wasn't her sister. It was something else wearing her face. Something that smiled too wide and whispered, she prayed for you. Now, I've come to collect. Some ghosts come for revenge. Some come for love. But the worst of the ones that come to finish what others began. What do you think came after Agnes left? Was it a demon or her final test of faith? Drop your theories below. If you're brave enough, subscribe for a new horror story every night at 3:17 a.m.